Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the Save Money and More with Jan channel. Today just happens to be an and more topic. Now, for those of you who follow me every single day, and God bless you for it, I really, really appreciate every single one of you, and lots of you I talk to, if you will, through the comment section. I want to let you know that I really value every single one of you. Thank you so much. But today we're going to talk about something differently. We're not going to talk about being frugal. We're not going to talk about saving money. What? Uh-oh, there goes half the viewers. Bye. Instead, we're going to talk about 11 important things that I personally learned as a video content creator. But Jan, what does that have to do with me? Well, there might be some folks out there listening to some of my messages thinking, maybe I should consider becoming a video content creator, but that's not what this particular video is about. Let me explain something to you. Number one, not the number one I have on the list, but number one thing I want to remind everyone of, believe this or not, next month, July 22nd, I can't even believe it myself. July 22nd, this coming July 22nd, will make write it down in your mind's eye, 6 years that I am doing this. Hello. Either I'm crazy or I just love pumping out content. It's the second one. Although I could be a little crazy sometimes, that he might have does something for 6 years the way I do it. But I just like to create messages that might help even one person a day. And we'll get into all of that. But let's talk about some of the stuff that 11 important things that I learned as a video content creator. Now, I'm only talking about my journey, I'm not talking about anyone else's journey. All right, so 11 things. Okay. In my journey thus far, one of the big takeaways is that viewers or listeners want to have a reason to click on a video. That's true. The reasons themselves may vary, but the viewer needs a reason. So as I was preparing the show, writing it down, this is one of the big takeaways. A viewer, a listener has to have a reason to click on that show. I'm just saying. So be sure that there's a reason and fulfill the reason. One of the things that I find frustrating in my journey, and of course, the bird clock. One of the things that I find very frustrating is if I see something anywhere, not necessarily any specific platform, that makes me think that the subject matter is going to be about a certain topic. I click on it or whatever I do with it, and it's completely different. Totally not the same at all, matching anything. I think that's so wrong. But anyway, that's just my opinion of that, and that's just part of my journey. Next, depending on the topic, most people care about the facts. In other words, it's more important. This is something that I've come across. Okay. It's more important for a viewer or a listener. For example, let's say I create a video, 10 different ways to maintain a frugal lifestyle, right? That is more relevant to the viewer or the listener than what kind of ice cream I prefer to eat. Yeah, well, it could be a fun topic for a handful of folks that are curious to know what is my favorite ice cream. And just for the record, it is vanilla fudge. And Steve Young from the Steve Young 74, everywhere it's Steve Young 74 channel knows that. Then I would say next in line would definitely probably be chocolate chip. I haven't had either one of them in an eon, but that's besides the point. But honestly, folks are more interested in, like, for example, I have a budget channel, I have a frugal living channel. I mean, that's my main forte. Other people have different channels. But my main forte is that, not to sit here and tell you about my favorite color or, things of that nature. I'm just saying. So if a person a viewer or listener is coming to your channel to learn how to save money, telling them about my favorite flavor is not that relevant to them, and they might click off, especially if they don't like vanilla fudge ice cream. I'm just saying. All right. Next three. Viewers like to comment and to share helpful information. Okay, some of the best tips ever come from my viewer comments. That is the truth. That is the goodness, honest truth. I mean, I could create a show, do my very best, do my research, add my life experience, hopefully find that one person that might have gotten one thing great out of the messages each day, and that makes me happy and I did my job. But at the end of the day, the viewer comments with the tips and tricks and hacks that you guys do are beyond amazing, and so kind of you to take your time out of your busy schedule to sit down and to type a comment. Honestly, I really, really think that's really, really cool. I'm just saying. These are the things that I've discovered thus far in my almost 6-year journey. I can't believe it. I just can't. The next thing that I've learned along the way, keep a variety of lengths of time for your show. So, I mean, okay, like I have different categories. I have my no frills for the person. Just imagine it as an assorted box of candy. We know that one box is filled with candy, perhaps chocolates. And some of the chocolates are different. That fancy box of candy. Some are chocolate covered cherries. Some are chocolate covered coconuts. Some is just covered, chopped peanuts and things of that nature, caramel. Oh gosh, I could go on and on about that box of candy. We know that one box is filled up with candy, but every single candy is completely different. Now, for example, in my case, I choose on purpose to do no frills videos for the person that's like, hey, Jan, I really like you. I like your messages, but I don't have 12 to 14 minutes like I might do on an afternoon video. Okay. So that person getting up super early in the morning, putting on their shoes, socks, showering, whatever they're doing, putting on their breakfast, listening to my message, and it's not long, that's okay with them. They have like gazillion other things to do. And maybe for that person, they have the option. So for me, I like to give variety of lengths of times. Some of my shows are longer, like in the afternoon. Of course, my No Frills, which is my weekday, very short show. It's beyond 1 minute, but it's less than 5. Honestly, there are people that may want to watch 5 different videos elsewhere, and they look for the shorter ones. That's just the way it is. So in order to appeal to a broader audience, I choose to, on purpose, create the 2 lengths of time. Okay, next. I have found in my soon-to-be 6-year, write this down, 6-year journey on here, which I love. I love what I do. If I didn't love what I do, I wouldn't be doing it. I'm not going to do anything I really don't love. Okay, I love what I do. I love creating content, and I love giving a message. It might help someone. All right, so being consistent. So my tip number 5 is be a consistent uploader. That is like so very important. Just like I, always encourage people to be consistent savers. They don't have to save a gazillion dollars every week. Because if their budget is small and they can only save, let's say, $25 a week, but they do it every single week consistently, that's a good thing. It's the consistent behavior that counts. Please excuse that drilling sound outside. I cannot believe they're starting already. It's only 7 a.m. My word, goodness gracious. Well, they're consistent about that. And they end rather late, too. But that's its own show. But being a consistent uploader as much as possible. Now, there are exceptional circumstances, okay? And I get that. There were exceptional circumstances for me too. So sometimes the person just cannot. I do my best all the time. I try to record ahead of time so that the stuff is there in case something happens or I want to, or I have another obligation, or I just want to kick back. You see where I'm going with this. But be consistent uploader is really, really important in my journey. Okay. No judgment to anyone else's journey. I can only talk about my journey. All right. Before we go on, don't forget to click like, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Super thanks are always welcome. And by the way, there's no such thing as a too small super thanks. $1.99 super thanks is wonderful. So I'm totally cool with that. Thank you so much. I'm just saying. Everything adds up. Remember, incremental. All right. Let me see. Number 6. This is really, really important. Being a video content creator, I have to say this from the bottom of my heart, is totally something that requires a ton of patience. Yes, it does. It requires a lot of patience and constant ongoing learning. Like, don't ever get so complacent, like, yeah, I've been doing that for 6 months. And then, okay, we might get a little set in our ways, but guess what? That translates into boredom for the viewer or the listener. You have to evolve. You have to learn the newest updated tricks of the trade on whatever platform you're working with. So that's why I spend some of my spare time viewing tutorials, listening to the experts, and I take away what I can from it, and then I use what I can, and then I discard the rest mentally. I'm just saying. But definitely need a lot of patience. A lot of patience in trying to achieve your goal. All right, next, acknowledge a comment. I try my absolute very best to acknowledge every single comment that gets to me. By the way, don't think that every comment gets to me. Because it doesn't. All right. And that's not because you did anything. All right. Sometimes it just doesn't get to me. Now, if there's a comment that's derogatory, insulting, and just inappropriate, that's going to go into a filter. And hate to break the bad news to somebody that feels like playing games, whoever that may be, which is far and few between, I never get to see it. So, yeah. So there's a filter system built into this. And I list all the trigger words that I know, and I enter it as much as I can into the filter process. And guess what? I don't get to see it. La, la. Just saying. But 99, 44, 100% of the comments are amazing. They are amazing. Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you so much. I appreciate every single one of you. And I believe it's worth acknowledging. This is my opinion. This is my journey. I try my utmost best to at least heart a comment. Person was kind enough to take the time out of their busy schedule to A, listen to my content, B, and take another few more minutes or whatever it takes to respond. Thank you so much. That's why we have a great community here. Folks here are amazing. And it's the truth. I'm not even just saying that. It's the truth. So acknowledging a comment is really, really, really important. All right. Next, don't just make a video just to make a video. Have a purpose. What is your message? What does it stand for? I mean, honestly, if I have, like, some people get writer's block, right? If I have video block, because I have to, more or less, I ad-lib a lot, but I do write the skeleton, the bones of my show. And as I'm going through the list, I'm ad-libbing, trying to be me. I don't want to try to be me. I am me. But I do have to work with the bones of the show. I just don't get on here and go, blah. Work, there's work behind it. Happy work I want to do. But don't just make a video to make a video. Ask yourself, why am I doing this? What message am I giving? What does this channel stand for? Is this in accordance with any message? My ultimate goal is to put people back on the motivation for savings train. That's the truth. That's my ultimate goal, putting people back on the savings train. Now, some people, for example, alluding to savings for a brief second. Some people tried, they fall off the horse. That's okay. Dust yourself off, get back on the horse again, and start again. It is okay to try and not succeed. Keep trying anyway. And honestly, trying is succeeding. Okay. But we do want to hit the goal. So keep trying no matter what. Keep trying. Don't listen to naysayers. Always, always. That's my mission, to help people to get motivated to save. Do I give financial advice? Absolutely not. Many times people are so sweet in their comments. They say, thank you for the great advice. I don't give advice, just for the record. I don't give advice. I give messages, and I give my opinion, and I give you my experience. And it's ultimately up to the listener what to do. I never give financial advice. I'm not qualified to do that. I don't do that. All right, next. Anyone that's like contemplating doing a channel. All right, so this is from the person that's either doing a channel, brand new at it, whatever. All right, shout out fellow content creators' channels if you feel in your heart of hearts it's a channel that you truly believe in. When I shout out a channel, it's not because, oh, I'm just being polite. No, I really believe there's a kernel of importance, a kernel or more of importance, of relevance to the viewer, to the listener. It is extraordinarily important for me to shout out a channel, okay? And thank you for anyone that has done that to me. You know, if it wasn't for, I'm gonna just get off topic a second. And I know this video is a little longer, but that's okay. It's the weekend, so hopefully you have extra time to kick back. Haha, timing is everything, right? All right. If two content creators were pivotal to me when I began this journey. One of them is the Rhoda Stone channel, and the other one, many of you know already, Sensible Living with Money Mom. Okay. I was ready to toss the whole thing out before I hit 100 subs. I says, yeah, I was like, I did enough. I'm done. I said, I'm just going to, do this little hobby, blah, blah. She's like, no. So she kept encouraging me, and Rhoda Stone and Money Mom, about the same time period, both of them shouted me out. And it's like, oh my word. Then, of course, lovely people like Mornings with Granny, Prepper Princess. I mean, to name a few. There's just, of course, So Kind, Kate Caden. And, of course, I had the honor and pleasure of meeting with Under the Median through Dawn on an interview show, on like a podcast type show that we did. And and if there's anybody I left out here, please forgive me. Because, when I do these things, mentioning extra stuff, when I go off on a tangent, believe you me, I would never intentionally leave anyone out. But to everyone, and they know who they are. You know who you are, okay? At Home with Lynn Wilson, what an amazing lady. There's just like too many. Such kind people. We all help each other. And believe it or not, even a smaller content creator in their own way can help out a really, really established content creator. You know how scary it is to talk to someone that's got the silver play button, the gazillion subs and everything. You're like this little tiny channel, but I pursue every day. It's scary, but it's wonderful. It's scary, but you learn something from it. It is so amazing. I'm telling you. All right, so shout out channels that you truly believe in. Next, let's see. Have fun while on the journey. Yeah, have fun along the way. I laugh at myself all the time. Now, some people say they like listening to my audio shows because they love listening to me laugh. And then one day, I was just, not one day, I have to listen to myself on playback to make sure I didn't make a complete idiot out of myself on the show. So I'll listen to myself on playback and go, oh my gosh, did you just say that? And then I'll inevitably like listen to my own laugh. You know, it's weird listening to your own laugh. Have you ever listened to your own laugh? Just saying, just saying. It's weird, but then I see why a person would start laughing. It's kind of like there are some friends. I had a friend of mine. I mean, I digress for a minute here. I have I have a friend of mine that I swear, if he doesn't laugh like Woody Woodpecker, I'm telling you, he does. He laughs like that cartoon. I'm just saying. All right. So let me see. So have fun while on the journey. Laugh at your mistakes. Keep going. I mean, if I counted all the tiny mistakes, I'm talking about like tiny verbiage mistakes. Okay. I wish I had $1 for every one of them. I could put it in the bank. You see where I'm going with that? So the thing is this: have fun, laugh at your mistakes, just keep going, just focus, stay focused on the reason you do what you do. You know, my show, the very first show, July 22nd, 2018, started off as a weight loss journey show. You see where that went? I'm not. I found I was getting stressed out. I didn't want to do a weight loss journey, but then all of a sudden, it just happened because of my teaching skills. I just happened to mention about my cash envelope system, in my primitive video days. Okay, and it. I mean, it was like my first successful for back then video. But you want to know what my really successful video was? And it still holds the record at 15,000 views. I know that might sound laughable to some listening, but 15,000 views is a lot of views. And at that time, it was about making a coffee cake out of pancake mix. So you never know, you never know in life. And here is my 11th important thing that I learned. I'm at peace with my never ever going to be hugely, viewed channel, whatever. It's okay. I didn't come on here to do that. I came on here to make messages. Some people may enjoy them, some people may not care for them. And along the way, you get some, you lose some. Listen, I, as a viewer, not just as a content creator, as a viewer on this platform, there are things I might think I'm going to like, and I might like one, two, even three of the videos. And then as time goes by, I'm like, okay, I'm done now. That's how it works. So I think of myself as not only Jan, the content creator, but when I put on my viewer hat, I could totally relate. Hey, listen, I really want to thank you so much for being here for this much longer than usual show. I really do appreciate everybody's time. What is your journey like? Are you thinking about becoming a video content creator? It doesn't just have to be on this platform. There are a gazillion others. I want to mention this. I guess you could call it the 12th point. I choose on purpose mainly to do this. I was doing Spotify at another point, but I felt I slacked off on it, and I just couldn't handle it at that moment. Who knows? I may go back to it again, but there's still stuff of mine listed on there. And anyway, everybody, thank you for being here. Continue your wonderful comments. Thank you for your consistent viewership. Thank you for all the likes. These are all important things to keep the channel going. Clicking on that like button. Sharing my video is extremely important. Sharing my video is very, very appreciated. I really, really do appreciate it. And of course, if you could help out the channel with the super thanks. No super thanks is too small. Don't ever feel that way, because I know sometimes we see extraordinarily big super thanks once in a great while from people. And I'm like, oh my word, you did not have to do that. I am totally, totally cool with smaller super thanks. So thank you everyone for your time, effort, energy, and I hope you had a little fun listening to me wearing my content creator hat. Take good care of yourselves and have an amazing day.